far away, there lived a very good and very beautiful queen who ruled over the magic kingdom of books, and her name was Good Queen Sue. The good queen loved two things very much. She loved books, and more than books, she loved children. The queen taught the children important things. She taught them to be gentle with one another. She taught them to share. She even taught them to scrub behind their ears, even if no one checked there. And when the children became first graders, she taught them the words to a very magical spell. The words to the spell were, "Sniggledy Sneed, we want to read." Can you say those words? Let's try. 1, 2, 3. Sniggledy Sneed, we want to read. One day, as it often happens, a monster was roaming the countryside when he noticed the gates to the castle were completely open. Now, the gates were always open so that the children of the kingdom could come and read in the castle whenever they wanted, but this seemed like a perfect opportunity for the monster to cause some mischief. He clambered around the castle and made himself a most unwelcome guest. He tracked mud throughout the halls. He ate every scrap of food from the royal kitchen. He even left the lights on in rooms that he was no longer in. He wandered up and down until he found Good Queen Sue in her library, lost in a good book. "Good Queen Sue," said the monster. "More like Good Queen Boo!" In that moment, the monster cast a spell on the good queen and put her into a deep, deep sleep that she could not awaken from. The monster, pleased with his handiwork, decided to look around the library to cause more mischief. He noticed the books on all the shelves, and since he could not read, he decided to do what happens in the world of grown-ups when they don't understand something, and he decided to destroy the books. While all this was happening, the smallest of the first graders had run to find his friends and gather them to stop the monster. They circled the monster, unafraid, for they knew they could count on each other. The smallest first grader approached the monster and in a whisper said, "Sniggledy Sneed, we want to read." This confused the monster, but the magic compelled him to stay in his very spot. The rest of the first graders approached and altogether whispered again, "Sniggledy Sneed, we want to read." It was just about to work, but they needed some more help. Can you please all say it with us together? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Sniggledy Sneed, we want to read. The monster was stunned. He looked around and asked, "Why are all these books on the ground?" He began to pick them up when an open book caught his eye. He realized in that moment that he could read. The spell the children used had worked. As the monster read book after book, he thought more and more about the world around him, until he suddenly remembered the fate of Good Queen Sue. He set off to the library and undid his spell. The good queen rose, and the monster was ready to face his punishment for the wickedness he had caused. But the good queen was not angry. Instead, she forgave the monster and placed into his hands his very own book. She asked the monster that he take his newfound love of reading, as well as his book, and teach the other monsters how to read. The monster heartily agreed and set off. Now this was something that the good queen knew, and that now you know too. Reading has the power to change the world.